Have you ever wondered who the real father of the modern world is? The person whose ideas power the very device you're watching this on? It might not be who you think. His name was Nikola Tesla, and his story is one of unimaginable genius, a bitter rivalry, and a tragic ending that almost saw him erased from history. Imagine a world lit by the gentle humming glow of alternating current, or AC. That's Tesla's world. We live in it every day. But rewind to the late 19th century, and the future looked very different. It was the era of direct current, or DC, championed by the most famous inventor of the time, Thomas Edison. DC was inefficient, dangerous, and couldn't travel far. But Edison had built an empire on it, and he wasn't about to let it go. Into this world stepped a tall, brilliant Serbian immigrant with a mind that saw electricity not just as a force, but as a symphony. Nikola Tesla arrived in America in 1884 with 4 cents in his pocket and a letter of introduction to Edison himself. The letter read, "My dear Edison, I know 2 great men, and you are one of them. The other is this young man." At first, Edison was impressed. He hired Tesla, who immediately set to work improving Edison's flawed DC dynamos. Tesla claimed Edison offered him a $50,000 bonus, a fortune back then, if he could solve the problem. Tesla worked tirelessly for months and succeeded brilliantly. But when he asked for his payment, Edison reportedly laughed and said, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." That was the breaking point. Tesla quit, and the stage was set for one of the greatest battles in the history of science, the War of the Currents. Tesla knew his alternating current system was superior. It could be transmitted over hundreds of miles with minimal loss, something DC could never do. He found a powerful ally in George Westinghouse, an industrialist who saw the potential in Tesla's AC patents and bought them, ready to take on Edison's empire. Edison, seeing his monopoly threatened, launched a vicious smear campaign. He wanted to convince the public that AC was deadly. He publicly electrocuted stray animals, dogs, cats, even a circus elephant named Topsy, all to associate Westinghouse's AC with death. He even lobbied for AC to be used in the first electric chair, forever linking it in the public mind with execution. It was a brutal, ugly fight. But you can't fight the laws of physics. The turning point came at the 1893 Chicago World's Fair. While Edison bid to light the fair with his expensive DC system, Westinghouse, using Tesla's technology, came in with a bid for half the cost. For the first time, hundreds of thousands of people witnessed the dazzling, bright, and safe power of alternating current. The City of Light was born, and it ran on Tesla's dream. The ultimate victory came when Westinghouse and Tesla won the contract to build the world's first major hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. On November 16, 1896, the switch was flipped, and the power of the falls surged through AC transmission lines, lighting up the city of Buffalo, 26 miles away. This was the moment that officially powered up our modern world. Tesla had won the war, but Tesla's mind was already far beyond simple power generation. He was dreaming bigger, much, much bigger. He envisioned a world of wireless communication. He demonstrated radio-controlled boats years before anyone else. He was, in essence, inventing the principles behind Wi-Fi, smartphones, and radio a century before they became commonplace. His most ambitious project was Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island. This wasn't just a communication tower. It was the beginning of his ultimate dream, a world wireless system. Tesla believed he could tap into the Earth's own electrical energy and transmit power through the ground and the air, for free, to anyone on the planet with a simple receiver. No wires, no bills. Just clean, limitless energy for all of humanity. He secured funding from the powerful banker J.P. Morgan, who was interested in a wireless telegraphy system to send stock market data across the Atlantic. But as construction progressed, Morgan realized Tesla's true goal wasn't just to send messages, but to send free power. Morgan famously asked, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" At the same time, an Italian inventor named Guglielmo Marconi, using 17 of Tesla's own patents, successfully sent the first wireless transatlantic signal, the letter S. The world hailed Marconi as the father of radio. For J.P. Morgan, this was the final straw. He saw no profit in free energy, and a competitor had already achieved the communication aspect. He pulled all funding. Wardenclyffe, Tesla's magnificent dream, was left to crumble. He was financially ruined, and his reputation shattered. The press, which once hailed him as a wizard, now labeled him a mad scientist. The world, it seemed, wasn't ready for his vision. Or perhaps the powerful men who controlled it weren't. The following decades saw Tesla slide into obscurity. He moved from one New York hotel to another, leaving behind unpaid bills. He spent his days in the park, feeding and caring for pigeons, which he loved dearly. He continued to work in his mind, filing patents for incredible devices like a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, but he had no money to build them. The man who had electrified the world couldn't afford to keep his own lights on. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla was found dead in his room at the Hotel New Yorker. He was 86 years old, alone, and deeply in debt. Soon after his death, government agents seized all his papers and research, documents that are still classified to this day. Why? What secrets did his notes contain? For decades, his name was all but forgotten. Edison was celebrated in textbooks as the hero of electricity, while Tesla was a mere footnote, if he was mentioned at all. It was then until the tech boom of the late 20th century that engineers and scientists began to rediscover his work, realizing just how far ahead of his time he truly was. In 1943, the U.S. Supreme Court eventually overturned Marconi's patent, posthumously naming Tesla the true inventor of radio. Today, his name is back in the spotlight, thanks in large part to the electric car company that adopted it. But his legacy is so much more. Every time you flip a light switch, listen to the radio, or connect to Wi-Fi, you are living in the world that Nikola Tesla imagined. He was a man who saw the future, a man who wanted to give his gifts to the world freely. He was outmaneuvered in business and betrayed by the very people who should have supported him. His story is a powerful, and sometimes heartbreaking, reminder that having a brilliant idea isn't always enough. The world has to be ready for it. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the life of a forgotten genius. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more untold stories of the people who shaped our history. Let us know in the comments what you think. Was Tesla a dreamer or a man who truly could have changed everything? We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.